Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where we're actually going to play with this. I got this in PR from XNO Cosmetics and now I'm sitting down and doing basically a first impression. I got two palettes. I got the Bombshell palette, which I think I'm going to use today, and then the Summer Sun palette. Okay, so the Bombshell palette looks like this. And this is the gorgeous palette that I received, and then I'm also going to show you the Summer Sun palette, but I think I'm going to use that in a different time. Okay, and this is a super fun yellow toned palette with also two pressed glitters, which is amazing. So I'm very intrigued to use that and create like a fun light-hearted yellow kind of a look, but not today for filming on camera. But definitely follow me on my social media. It's all linked in the description box because all of the looks I'm creating always are coming up there. Okay, so anyway, this is the palette, and then I also received two lip products. I haven't decided yet which one of them to use because I don't know yet how the look turns out, you know. But there is one bullet lipstick, which is a beautiful mature red, which is so pretty. I might be very tempted to using this one. And then there's also a matte liquid lipstick, which I'm just trying to get out of the packaging. Okay, which looks like this. It is a little bit like in a frosted packaging, so I don't know if it's so easy to see what the color is. So let's just make a bit of a swatch here. This is also beautiful. Wow. You know what? Let's just quickly compare them, just because I'm so curious. And then they also sent me brushes. Oh, now I really don't know which one to take. Now I really don't know. What am I going to do? I might go with the other one. I really don't know. So let's just see. Both of them are super bold, so we shall see. Okay, so then they also sent me brushes and of course this cute little bag. I think I'm going to put this in my handbag for like all kinds of stuff, you know? All kinds of stuff. Okay, so here I have all the brushes that they sent me. Of course you can see there are some face brushes and then there are some like eye brushes and things. So I will probably use some of them today. We shall see, because I kind of feel like I have my preference when it comes to eye brushes shape wise, you know, and while they feel super nice, I feel like I'm gonna get the best results and the fairest result in the sense of being fair or unfair, you know, if I use the brushes that I'm used to for my eyes. Okay, but definitely for the application of, for example, my face products and stuff, I will definitely also use those and let you know in the end what I think. First impression, of course. For me, when it comes to brushes, it's also super important how they hold up during washing and things like this. So I might have to talk about that then in a mini review or something like this that is coming up. Besides that, if you've just found me, hello, I'm Leorah. I'm a makeup artist and stylist, and I'm totally into colorful makeup and of course colorful styling, which you don't see right now. But if you stay till the end of the video, where I give you the swatches of probably both palettes or at least one of them, and then the other one I'll do some other time. And also, of course, then for my finished look and finished styling, then you will know. You will know, sweetie, just believe me till then. Okay, besides that, of course, I'm going to create a look here, one eye that is already primed and creasing, so that's what we do here. Besides that, I'm always chatting with you about something, you know, so let's just do that. Let's zoom you in. I'm just gonna try to get a little bit organized here and move you a little bit closer. And yeah, that's what we do. So if you like that, then please subscribe to my channel because that would just be awesome. Okay, besides that, I'm also featuring a lot of indie brands that maybe you have not seen anywhere. So if your heart is beating indie like mine, then you might just have found your new home. All right, sweeties, let's go in. I think I want to try something a little bit different today, but that might only become clear later. So let's see. Okay, so again, this is of course the palette, and I think of course I'm going to use definitely the bottom row. I think I want to use this one also as a blush today, or maybe one of the glowy ones, I don't know. And the only shade I actually have touched already just a tiny little bit is this one. This one is just out of this world. It's out of this world. It is like a super sparkly gold kind of a thing, and it's just the way I had it on my finger, it was just insane. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna go in with one of the darker shades first and just see how they pick up and what they do. And I want to talk to you, of course, about something, as I already told you. So wait, I'm gonna switch brushes, a bit of a smaller one, and I'm going to start with the shade Queen, because that is the shade that has been made for me, okay, just so you know. All right, besides that, I wanted to talk with you, and I'm filming this on a Sunday morning. So if you don't know, I'm Jewish and my weekly holiday is just past me, basically. Wait, I'm going to start here at the center. So Shabbat is just over, a couple of hours, and I also have to say before I go into this, I'm religious. I think that's obvious, but anyway, just saying that I am religious, and if you're not, that does not need to be a problem. What I'm going to talk about is, like, don't worry, I'm never pushing any of my beliefs really down your throat, and I think we can be very mature about this, and you can just listen to me if you want to, and you can just take out of what I'm saying what you need and then transfer it into your life. That's seriously how easy it can be. So nobody needs to get offended or, like, you know, whatever, all worked up about it, because this is my life and this is what I'm sharing here on my channel, and that's basically all, you know. So I like to be religious, and but if you get peace from sitting on a pole and humming, then that is fine too, you know, like whatever. Okay, sweeties, now that we've gotten that out of the way, unfortunately, isn't it annoying that one kind of has to, like, say this in today's world, that we can actually really not be the way we are, like, without saying sorry? Like, seriously. Yeah, so I'm not sorry at all, I'm just the way I am, and that's what I have. Okay, sweeties, so Shabbat has just ended. So what I actually wanted to share with you today is my moment of peace, okay? My moment of peace in each week is not doing makeup, it's not filming new makeup releases, it's not any of that. It is actually the onset of Shabbat. It's not even the continuation of Shabbat. I probably should say that Shabbat goes from Friday night till Saturday night, okay? So basically it starts more or less with sundown on Friday evening, and then after nightfall on Saturday night it finishes, okay? So for me, I love the beginning of Shabbat. But that's a new development, because really it used to be horrible. It used to be horrible because I was running till the end to get everything ready. This is now my bone color mat that I always have here. And that was always like, it's just running and work and crazy and getting everything ready, and then basically sitting down for a family dinner and being all exhausted, you know, because as the mother of a very big family, which I have, it is not that easy to get everybody in line and organized and ready. So now we have, of course, just overcome this pandemic, or hopefully mostly overcome, or whatever, you know. And while we had the pandemic, we did the Friday evening prayers at home as a family, which was also nice. But sweeties, now that we are going back to the synagogue, it is just incredible. It is incredible for me to witness, and it's incredible for me to feel how much I missed it. You know, also I have to say that before the pandemic hit, I did not go Friday nights to the services because I was pretty much in a baby bubble for a long time, and it was just hard for me to get out of the house, really. But besides that, also before that, I was in recovery of a very severe eating disorder, and I was just not in the place, you know, I just couldn't. So that is basically what it is. Okay, what do I think so far? I think the pigmentation is a little bit, I don't know, I think I have to build it up a little bit more, and I hope it will, because I want it a little bit more striking. Yeah, I think it does pick up a little bit, but let's see. Alright, so let's go back to the topic while I'm trying to do this, because I always start talking and then I just can't stop myself. But wait, I also want to go in with this shade right here, this, and just place it here at the inner part and kind of slide those two shades together. Let's let's just use this brush. I'm not going to use a packing brush, which is usually the better choice for a shimmer shade, but I just want to have it here. And this is the part of the like more unusual, I don't know, maybe it's not even that unusual, but for me it is, because I usually try to avoid to have shimmers over my crease. But I kind of really felt like I want to have this here. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. All right, so anyway, we have just started to go back to the synagogue, and now also my kids of course are much bigger, and it is so much more fun. I don't have to worry about strollers anymore, or like taking a diaper bag or stuff like this. So everything is much easier. I just tell them, put on your shoes, use the bathroom, drink something, go out of the house, you know? So it is getting much easier, and I really, really enjoy that, because, you know, it was always like the exodus from Egypt when I had to leave with my kids to go anywhere, not only to services, but anywhere. Like really, not normal. Okay, now let's go in maybe to the dark blue, which is the shade Regal, and let's see how this one works. All right, so anyway, so this whole thing about the piece, you know, when I'm at home and I'm working till the last second to get Shabbat ready, then I will not have this peace, this peaceful moment, this amazing experience of finally peace settling within me. And that is, it's a shame, you know, and I didn't know. I was like, why do I struggle so much with Shabbat? You know, for me, it was just always so hard. And Friday mornings, I already started to get anxiety, you know, because I felt like I'm not going to survive this. It's hard, you know. Because I have 7 kids and they need to be entertained. There is no TV, there is no phones, no nothing, you know, because this is all, we're observant Jews, so we don't use these things, you know. And at least, well, on Shabbat, you know, regular days, of course we use them, but not on Shabbat. So it's kind of, you know, it is a challenge in today's world where everybody is used to having this kind of entertainment all the time, you know. And I kind of miss my phone too, and I miss my YouTube channel, and I'm always wondering what's happening on my channel, you know, and stuff like that. So anyway, I have to say that this is more like a dreamy kind of a formula. It is not the like super bang formula. It is easy to work with, and that is good if you're just starting to get into color, and you know, maybe you're intimidated when looks go on like bang in your face. This is not that kind of a formula, so it should be way easier for you to work with this. Okay, I'm just cleaning up a little bit with my bone color mat here. Okay, so let's I'm gonna fine tune this then off camera, but you get the impression. Okay, now let's go into this super sparkly shade, and I want to try first of all to put it on with a brush, and then of course also back it up with my finger. All right, so let's go into the shade Goal Setter, which is the one that I spoke about in the beginning already, and let's put that on with a brush. It feels good when it comes to the pickup on the brush. There might be some glittery fallout. I kind of expect that because it is a very beautiful shade. This is like a real gold compared to the other one, which pulls more like a champagne, you know, when you see these two next to each other. And I think this is beautiful. So gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm gonna slide this into the blue a little bit. And I also, I was actually thinking I could also use that purple shade a little bit here. This one, you know, this light purple. It's so pretty. This is the shade Babe. Okay, so let's just get another brush, and I don't know, will I ever finish my story? Will I ever get to the point? Probably not. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna put that right here, and then I'm gonna also back it up with my finger, of course. And I think the real beauty you will only see when I do the swatches, I'm pretty sure. They feel very nice and smooth on the finger, I have to say. So anyway, so we went to the synagogue. We walked there as a family, which is so nice, because we also of course don't drive on Shabbat. So we walked there, we sat down for the prayers, and I feel this, my sweeties, is the only moment in my week where I have complete peace. You know, because I'm sitting there, we're starting the prayers, the songs, we also, of course, don't have instruments and anything. So everything we do is with our voices. And people, of course, are used to that, and they harmonize, and it is so beautiful, you know. And I feel like something gets washed away, you know, all the stress, all the running, and everything just gets washed away, and I just sit there and can be in the moment. And that is something that, sweeties, we don't have anymore, you know, because of our very, very fast-paced lives that we have. Then this is so important, that whatever it is in your life, find that moment where you are actually just with yourself. And me, in my life, I'm with myself and God. But if you need to be, I don't know, with a butterfly, then be with a butterfly. But just saying that this is what I think our souls are craving, this moment of connecting, of just also facing ourselves, you know? Because I feel like so stressed out the whole week, because I'm working in two jobs, and it's difficult, you know. It's not easy. So, and I have 7 kids, and I have my rescue animals, and I'm always running, and I'm trying to grow my channel, and I'm doing this and that, and appointments with the children, and who knows what. And I feel a lot of times, I feel super overwhelmed during the week. And that all falls off, you know, it just melts away. And I am the happiest person when I'm walking home after the service, you know. And that is something that I just wanted to share with you, because I've just refound that. I didn't know. I had forgotten how beautiful it is, and how important it is, and how much it really means to me, and how much it can help me. I didn't know anymore, you know, because sometimes this is how we are as people. We just forget. We forget the obvious. We don't see the obvious unless we are like kind of pushed onto it again. You know what I mean? So at least that's how it works for me, you know. And that is, for me, it is just a beautiful thing that I wanted to share, because I feel like, especially in a world like this that is super crazy and super fast paced, and always new stuff coming, and always instant gratification, and always this and that and that and that, and move and do and be new and be special and perform and who knows what, especially on a platform like this, especially where you kind of feel like you always need to prove yourself to so many people that you don't even know and don't even see. It's frightening. It is, sweeties, you know, believe it or not. So for me, it has been a game changer to have this moment of peace, you know. It's funny. It's really, really funny, because I have been religious for years and years and years and years and years, and I had forgotten how important it is to have a moment of peace. And I always thought in all those years that my moment of peace is when I'm doing makeup. It's not, you know, it doesn't even compare. It's a beautiful place. I love it. You know, it's my life. But it does not compare to what I feel when I have this true peace that does not come from me. You know, that is the outside source, something that is so much greater than I am. And I love this. You know, I just really, truly do. Okay, sweeties, I'm going to, of course, go off camera. I'm going to create the same look on the other eye, and I'm going to do something on my under eye area. And if I'm really, really good, I'm going to show you how I apply this shade as a blush. Maybe, you know, and stuff like that. If I don't, then please forgive me. But besides that, of course, you're going to see the swatches in just a second, and we'll meet here again for the review part. So stay tuned. It's all coming right up. my lovelies, here we are with the finished look and the finished styling, and of course the swatches that you have just seen, and this is how it all turned out. And sweeties, you know, I can live with that. Let's zoom you in and let's show you how it all turned out. Of course, I'm also wearing the lipstick, the bullet lipstick that Libellula Cosmetics sent to me, and I think it is beautiful. It is so classy and beautiful. And of course, I'm also going to tell you in a second what I did on my under eye area. And of course also you saw in the sped up video where I applied the blush and the highlighter, also shades from the palette. Okay, sweeties, so basically it's kind of a full face of Libellula Cosmetics, I think one can say, and that's how it looks, and I think it turned out super nice. And if you see me for the first time with my full styling, so this is what I spoke about at the beginning of the video, that you know, I'm kind of like that, you know. So anyway, this is of course how the palette looks. This is how it looks from the outside. We do have cardboard packaging. Of course, the ingredients are on the back here. And then here we have the palette. Now it looks a little bit messy because of course I have just swatched it, and that's just what happens when I swatch. I just cannot do it any other way. So you do have, let's be a little bit more organized, okay? So you do have 6 shimmers in the palette. You have this whole first row, then you have these 2 shades and this one. Now these 3 have a little bit of this kind of a marble structure. It doesn't really show so much when you have swatched it or when you have applied it, because you kind of see that these look like very solid shades, you know, but like color-wise solid shades. But when you get the palette and it's unused, you see that these 3 shades have like highlights in them, you know, kind of like a marble thing. Then these 2 I would say are attritional, very good solid shimmer formula, and this one is kind of a bit of a sparkly one, which is also creamy and everything, but it has like a sparkly something to it. Okay, there might be some sparkly fallout from this one, but I did experience some because I have it of course on the inside of my lid, but not horrible. Okay, so anyway, and then you do have those 3 mattes. The whole palette, if you ask me, is actually really nice and versatile, and if I were to go away for a weekend, this is definitely something I would take, because it gives you so many options and it gives you face products, at least when you have my complexion, you know. So I used this here of course as a blush, as I showed you, and this is a highlighter, and these here are actually super nice. I was a little bit fooled by this one because it looks in the pan a little bit darker than it actually is. It looks way more like a rosé on your eyes or on your skin than it looks in the pan, and then it makes also so much more sense, because here one could say they're maybe a little bit too close to each other in color, but they're actually not, which you can see here. You know, you have basically this one, and then this one, and they actually have a really nice color range, and so I would say that this is super well executed. Yeah, and then let's also talk about the mattes. The mattes, I must say, are not the super most pigmented mattes that I have in my collection, but I have a huge collection, let's face it. Okay, so by now I really can compare it to a lot. Okay, and these I would say are not the super most pigmented mattes, but they are buildable. And what I always have to point out, because people think that you need to have something that is boom in your face super pigmented in order to be happy. That is a lie, sweeties. First of all, it boils down to personal preference, but I also have to say this palette is, when you are just digging your toes into, or digging or dipping, I don't know, dipping your toes into color, then a palette like this makes so much sense. First of all, you can go mostly neutral and have basically just 3 colors. Okay, this I consider completely neutral, you know, like this, right? And even this I would kind of also include it, you know, to a neutral palette. Okay, then you basically have those 2 colors, and they are maybe not these super ultra most pigmented, but they are super buildable, and it is also a nice advantage to a palette like this and to a formula like this that they are actually super beginner friendly, you know, because the blendability, maybe you can see that it was actually super nice, and that is something that makes a lot of people shy away from using colors for the first time, or in the beginning stage of people loving to or learning to work with colors, that a lot of shades that are being praised everywhere because they're like boom in your face, it's too hard. It is too hard to work with them if you don't have a lot of experience. And this is actually super, super easy to work with. And I want to really, really stress that fact because we need palettes like this, you know? I also want to point out that the shimmer formula is absolutely bomb.com. Absolutely beautiful, creamy, opaque, amazing, picks up nicely on the brush. Absolutely beautiful shimmer formula. Can't complain. Okay, I have this here, of course, as a highlighter and also in my inner corner, as an inner corner highlight. And then under my eye, I actually have this one all the way through, and then in the outer part right under my lower lash line I pressed this one right under my lash line. So the only shades that I have actually not used on my eye is, or in my face, is this one. That's the only one because this one I'm wearing as a blush. So yeah, that is that. Of course I went in with little product and build up, so you probably saw that also, that you know I build up the shade because it just makes sense, especially when you're not familiar with the formula yet. So I would highly recommend for you to do that. You can always use whatever shades as a blush, no matter what your complexion is, sweeties. Just be smart about it and like build it up and be smart about it, okay? So anyway, this is how it looks. You do have shade names, you do have cardboard packaging, and yeah, and I'm really, really impressed, especially with the shimmers. They are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, a palette like this that has basically like neutrals, rosy neutrals, and then some colors makes so much sense. It covers the needs of such a broad audience, which is amazing. Okay, the brushes, I cannot really 100% comment on. They have a life of their own apparently. Can't really comment on them so much yet because I haven't washed them. They haven't gone through my routine yet. I've also not used a whole lot because, as I told you in the beginning, I wanted to use the brushes that I know, so I know what I'm getting, you know, I know what I'm reviewing, because otherwise if something doesn't work I could say, well, maybe it's the brushes, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. So anyway, but I used them a little bit. Two of them I actually used, and for now they feel good, feel solid, and really nice and fluffy. So yeah, it's really pleasant. All right, sweeties, that is that. And then of course, sorry for the noise, then I wanted to also show you, of course, the lipstick that I chose to wear. This is a beautiful color, sweeties. This is so nice. This is the color, what is it though? Runway Hit. Of course, I'm going to have it in the description box. I used it with a lip liner, of course, in the same color. That is not from Libellula Cosmetics. It's one of my private collection. And well, this is now also part of my private collection. Never mind. Yeah, so this was really, really nice. It is a very, very smooth and creamy formula. It doesn't dry down like annoying matte or something. It is though like a velvety formula, you know. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, and I chose this over the other one because actually when I swatched both of them in the beginning and then after a couple minutes I took it off, this was sticking. Like, this has staying power. This has absolute staying power. This, when I used a wet wipe to wipe both of those swatches off, this came off easily. This had super much staying power, and I just didn't feel like I needed that for today. Okay, but I'm definitely going to wear it in different looks together with all kinds of other things, so you will definitely also see it when I'm posting looks on my social media. Everything that I'm using in the look is going to be linked, and then you're going to see it. All right, sweeties, and that is definitely going to go into my handbag for all my needs that I have on the way. Yeah, so that is basically it. I hope you did enjoy this video, and what I just still wanted to say, I wanted to just really quickly pick up on that subject of, you know, finding your place of peace. Now, whatever that is for you, you know, maybe it is makeup for you, maybe it's crocheting, maybe it's who knows what, but for me, I just feel this discovering of greatness, you know. And I think this is so beautiful because, you know what, in a world where basically all values are taken down, all morals are being taken down because everything is possible, nothing is like, you know, and I'm not here to judge, it's like whatever, you know, I don't need to carry the weight of the whole world on my tiny shoulders. But I feel this whole concept of like an island in time, you know, it is even said in my religion that Shabbat is an island in time. It's basically the light between the whole week where there is not so much light, you know. And I think that is so good to just have whatever that is in your life, to have this moment where you just take a break. Sweeties, we all need a break. We do. And we are made like this. We need to at some point just go off and sort of go through a reset. And that is what I'm really celebrating these days, because it is a lifesaver for me, who is constantly working in like overdrive and being constantly productive and also constantly creative in my brain and in the styling and what I'm working, and you know, and constantly needs to deliver and be online and answer comments and this and that and the other thing. It is very, very overwhelming, especially when at the same time 2 kids want to do homework with you, the third one is asking what's for dinner, and then the fourth one is asking where's my pajama, haven't you done the laundry yet? You know what I mean? So when you have this moment of peace finally settling in, it is like chicken soup for your soul. And that is what I wish for all of us, that we find this place, whatever that is for you. You know, maybe it's your favorite lipstick, I don't know, but for me it is that I can sit there on Friday nights and welcome Shabbat and welcome this peace and feel it flow through me and over my family, and just bring in this peace, you know, bringing in the peace. And I think in this world that is out of this world crazy, where you feel like there's no stability and every single second something could just blow up right in your face, I feel that this is what we need. So yeah, so maybe find that piece of peace in your life, right? So anyway, that is that. Please, of course, leave me your comments in the comment section down below. Of course, you will find everything that I have on my face in the description box, and of course also my discount codes that I have with different brands. Everything is linked down there right below my video, and of course also my links to social media for more looks and for more inspiration. If you haven't done so, then please sweetie subscribe to my channel, because that would be absolutely lovely to build my little tribe here. And besides that, I want to invite you to come back for my next video, which is going to be super soon, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.